You guys, welcome back to Keels. Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and Mercedes are able to keep second place in the Constructors' Championship. Thank bloody God for that. Mercedes are able to keep it after a very tense race, I'm not going to lie. And final race of the season as well, man. Yeah, final race of the season that was. Now we go back to March. Well, now we go on to March now of 2024. Overall, I mean, this season, very, what just one-sided, isn't it, from Red Bull, really? Yeah, look, we're going to go through the race. I'll probably do a whole season review in a separate video. Anyway, let's go through this final race of the season for the final time in 2023. So, obviously, P20, we had Kevin Magnussen, obviously started P17, ended P20. Yeah, he got lapped in the end. We didn't see any DNFs today. We saw no DNFs today, surprisingly. Again, just poor race from Magnussen, and, it sums up how poor Haas's season has been, really. P20, Kevin Magnussen. P19 at Valtteri Bottas. So Valtteri Bottas getting P19, started P18. Again, just summing up his season. He's been inconsistent, Valtteri Bottas. He's been poor at times and decent at times. It hasn't really been the greatest of seasons for Valtteri Bottas whatsoever. And as a Mercedes fan, as you know, I quite like Bottas. It's been a disappointing season to see from him. Then, obviously, P18, we saw Carlos Sainz. So, technically, this stands as technically, I said a minute ago there was no DNFs. Technically, this is a DNF from Carlos Sainz because he was meant to pit twice in this race. Well, he didn't. Wait, no, he did in the end, didn't he? He did in the end. I know, it's all a bit confusing. It's saying here DNF. He actually did end up pitting twice in the end, actually. So, I don't know why it's saying that, actually. He pitted like the final couple of laps. So, yeah, P6, he started P16. Full weekend for Sainz. He's doing all right in the race. Overall, having a few battles with Russell and stuff. And Hamilton, but he was doing all right. He was never really in full contention for that. He was trying to contend for that top 10, but it wasn't the strongest of races from Carlos Sainz. So yeah, P18 for him. I feel like Ferrari just messed up the whole strategy, didn't they? Sums up them. P17, Zhou Guanyu. Yeah, started P19, gained 2 positions here. Another poor race for Alfa Romeo. They need to be picking it up when they go into next year, 100%. P16, Logan Sargent. He was in P20 for the majority of that race, to be honest with you. For a lot of that race, Logan Sargent was actually in P20. Gained 4 positions. I don't think you can say it was a bad race from him. He started P20 as well. He gained a few positions. You wouldn't have really expected any more from Logan Sargent in that one. So, yeah, P16, Logan Sargent. P15, Nico Hulkenberg started P8, but you would have expected this anyway. P15 for Hulkenberg after starting P8. Again, just a normal average. It's just what you see from Haas, isn't it? Just a normal Haas race. Again, poor from Haas. P14, Alexander Albon started P14. He was having Alexander Albon was actually having some decent moments in a time. He was in a few battles of clear. Actually, no, he wasn't in the best of moments, was he? But no, he was just. I don't really know. He was just trying to push on to get out of that top 15, really. Sorry, bottom 15. He was trying to. No, bottom 5, should I say? He was trying to get out of. Okay. P13 was Pierre Gasly, started P10. Pierre Gasly was doing well. He was at 8. He was at P8 at a point. Might actually means P7 at a point. Started P10, dropped down to P13. It's a really interesting race for Alpine because Ocon also got P12. They were either doing really well, Alpine, and in a good position, or the funny thing is, though, is that they were competing, Alpine. They had a really strange race. At times, they were in a really good, strong position, looking to get into that top 10 and get some points. Then, no, they ended up getting P13 and P12. Weird race from both Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon today. Really, really, really strange. So, yeah, Gasly P12, Ocon P12. Gasly P13, Ocon P12. Yeah, such a weird, strange race from Alpine today. They were in some good battles, but yeah, it ended up getting better. Yeah. P11 Daniel Ricciardo, yeah, decent race for him. Started P15. He would have been gutted that he wasn't able to get into the top 10. No Daniel Ricciardo. But yeah, P11 I don't think is a bad way to end for him. P10 Lance Stroll, yeah, he's picking up a bit. He's been picking up these last four races. To be fair to Stroll, you need to give him his credit. He's kind of turned things around a bit. So yeah, fair play to him. P10 today gets a point. P9 Lewis Hamilton. Again, Hamilton in a good few battles as well. It was a hard race for him today. He was fastest on the track at times. Toto kept saying, but he found it a bit hard to overtake at times. But I don't think it's a bad race from Lewis Hamilton, though, even though the position's not the greatest. But I don't think it was a bad race from him, though. I thought he did have a decent drive today. We would have been hoping for better, but look, we got we got P2 in the Constructors' Championship. That's all we want. Lewis did his part. P8, Yuki TSUNODA. Good race. He's my driver of the day today. Started P6 and was able to keep consistency throughout that race, which was good to see. He was leading at points as well because he did take a while to pit. But yeah, we saw a good, consistent race from TSUNODA. That's what we want to see from him. Really happy with that race from TSUNODA. Definitely driver of the day, in my opinion. I believe, most people voted him as driver of the day as well. Good solid race from TSUNODA. P7, Fernando Alonso starts P7. Yeah, I mean, I expect him to finish around there. To be fair, P7 started there, finished there. P6, Oscar Piastri started P3. Yeah, he was in some good battles. Piastri, we saw a good, decent drive from him today. McLaren will be a bit gutted that they weren't able to gain anything today. Obviously, Piastri starting P3, ending P6, and Norris starting P5 and ending P5. They'll be gutted. McLaren will probably be gutted they weren't able to gain any positions today. It wasn't a bad race at all. They were in some good battles with Russell today, but luckily Russell was able to get the better of him. But yeah, overall, decent drive from both Piastri and Norris. Started well, kind of went down, but not a bad race from McLaren, I don't think. It's definitely hard when you've got Perez, Russell, and Leclerc and Verstappen ahead of you, though. P4, Sergio Perez, started P9, got a 5-second penalty, so that's why he wasn't able to get second. Leclerc tried to screw Mercedes over, but he wasn't able to, so fuck you, Leclerc. You weren't able to screw us over, you weren't able to screw Russell over there, so Russell stood his ground, Perez got the 5-second penalty, so we dropped down to P4. P3, George Russell. Good to see Russell on the podium, of course. Did a really good job today. Deserved the podium. He's got a bit unlucky past weeks, George Russell. Well-deserved podium today for Russell. Really happy he was able to blaze on and get it. So, and, he was, huge cause of being able to get us that P2 in the Constructors' Championship today. So really good and strong last race for Russell. He needed that, George Russell. He really did need a strong race today, and he got it, so thank God. Probably one of his best drives this season, to be fair, that one. Probably one of his best drives this season. If not the best, I'd say probably definitely in Russell's top 3 best drives this season, 100%. Good stuff from George Russell. Really happy. P2 Leclerc, as I said, fuck you, Leclerc. Tried to screw us over. You weren't able to. So and then obviously P1 Max Verstappen. Good dominant race from him again. To be honest with you, did his thing. Fair play. Just miles ahead, 17 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Dominated. Anyway, that's the race. That was the final race of the season. Wow, it's been an interesting one, but let's hope next season can be a bit closer than this one. I hope so. As a Mercedes fan, I hope we can try and close the gap a bit more. Thank God we were able to get P2 though, as I've said a lot in this video. But good solid race. We saw some decent action. But let's hope for next season. It's more competitive, less dominance, and more competitive next season. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.